in the quiet stillness of an early morning, when the world is caught between darkness and light. A single question rises like a whisper. Asterisk. Have you ever met someone who changed the course of your life with just a few words? Asterisk. That's how this story begins unexpectedly, almost accidentally. The camera drifts across an empty road leading into a forgotten little town, and for a moment, everything feels frozen in time. A creaking porch, a dim lamp still glowing after the long night, and an old man sitting alone as if he's been waiting for someone for years. You don't yet know his name, and you don't know the weight he carries, but there's something in his eyes, something ancient, tired, yet quietly hopeful that pulls you in. He looks up, meets your gaze for a moment too long, and you feel the sense that whatever he is about to say has lived inside him for a lifetime. Before he speaks, the world seems to hold its breath, and you can't shake the feeling that this encounter is not random, that this story is meant to find you. I first met him on a late autumn afternoon when the leaves had started turning gold, and the air carried that familiar scent of endings. I had stopped in the town for reasons that now feel too small to matter, but somehow I ended up walking past that porch where he sat with a handmade cane resting beside him. He greeted me with a nod, slow, thoughtful, as if choosing to acknowledge me was already part of a larger plan. I don't know why I stopped. Maybe it was the quiet way he looked at the world, or maybe it was the loneliness in his posture, the kind that only comes from carrying stories too heavy to share. There was a presence about him that made everything around him feel older, deeper, meaningful in a way I didn't understand yet. We exchanged a few words. Nothing important at first, whether the long road I was taking, the sort of small talk that usually drifts away, forgotten. But something in his voice made me stay. Something soft and fragile, as if he had waited a long time to speak. I didn't know it then, but those first casual moments were the doorway into a story that would follow me for the rest of my life. What the old man eventually told me would challenge everything I thought I knew about regret, love, and the choices that define us. I didn't come to him searching for wisdom, but sometimes the universe gives us teachers in the most unexpected forms. And that day, on that worn-out porch, mine was waiting. As a boy, he dreamed wildly. Some nights, he imagined traveling across oceans. Other nights, he wanted to build machines that could fly. But his world was small, and dreams had a way of shrinking to fit inside the walls of reality. Still, he held tight to them. He would sneak out to the riverbank with scraps of wood and wire, constructing tiny boats and gliders, watching them drift or crash, learning a little more each time. His father would scold him gently, saying, asterisk, a man should keep his feet on the ground, asterisk, but his mother would whisper encouragement when no one else was listening. He was born in a small wooden house at the edge of a river, the kind of place where days felt long and nights carried the sounds of distant water rushing over stone. His childhood was simple, not easy, not comfortable, but full of the quiet joys that only poor families know how to make for themselves. His mother worked in the fields. His father repaired fishing nets, and he grew up watching the rhythm of their hands shape his understanding of the world. The old man often said that his earliest memories were not of faces, but of sounds. The scrape of a knife sharpening, the crackle of a fire, the river singing outside his window. Those sounds built him, he said. They were the first lessons he ever learned. He grew up alongside a girl from the neighboring farm, a girl with bright eyes and a laugh that chased away every shadow. She believed in him more than he believed in himself, pushing him to dream bigger, even when life pressed down on them both. They made promises childish but sincere about the futures they hoped to share. He planned to leave the village one day, to make something of himself and return to her with enough strength, enough fortune, enough certainty. But the world beyond their little town was harsher than he imagined. By the time he reached adulthood, life had begun unraveling at the edges. Money was scarce, responsibilities heavy, and his dreams were forced aside in the name of survival. Still, he carried the spark of ambition inside him, waiting for the right moment. He never imagined that the choices he made in those early years would shape the rest of his life, nor that the cost of chasing dreams could be measured not only in effort, but in love.